That one was spicy.
So the Warriors have to play 48 minutes.
So I see this going 7. I have it. I have the Nuggets in 7.
Ant-Man, Batman, Watchmen, Lakers in 5.
It's money time now.
All right. Welcome back, YouTube, to the GOATcast podcast. I'm Big Nige. I'm hosting today's show. We got the NBA season finally kicking off last night, and we got some current games going on right now. So we're just going to touch on the recap of opening night. Our quick thoughts on the Houston Rockets versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then the Lakers and Warriors. And then we'll kind of touch in a little bit on the, Michael Jordan returning to NBC, that little 3-minute halftime little interview he did, which was pretty cool. If y'all didn't see that, it's still circulating on YouTube, so definitely check that out. And we're going to also talk about kind of who had their best showing last night and who's got some things to work on. But before we start, we got the panel. We got CW. How we doing today, CW?
What's going on? I need everybody to send me your energy because I'm low on this, but I'm here.
Good, glad to have you. We got Ron Dog. How we doing, Ron Dog?
Chilling like a villain.
And of course, we got my man, Big Hawk, who I tend to argue with all the time. But how we doing?
Sorry, it's all love, baby. I'm good. What's going on?
Was good. All right, so let's go ahead and kick things off with the defending champs, Oklahoma City Thunder, in that physical barn burner double overtime game against the Houston Rockets. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off to C-Dub because I know that he and a plethora of other people, King Speech, Casual, and the crew, they were on playback and they watched this game live. So give me your quick thoughts, C-Dub, on OKC and Houston last night.
All right. And what's going on, King Speak? See you out in the chat. Yeah. And shout out to Casual of Casual Reacts, who hosted it for us, and Johnny from Go James Kingdom. Yeah. That game was an interesting game. I'll say one thing. The Rockets, once they get a good point guard, they're going to be a really tough team. They're big. You saw how many offensive rebounds they got. Sengun out there playing like he was Jokic, a mini Jokic, and just they're good. I mean, really, KD came to play, but he just, I guess he's getting adjusted to his new team, so he wasn't as potent as I thought he could be. But everybody else was good. Amon Thompson looks good. Second season. Was it Jabari Smith? He was looking good. It seemed like OKC didn't quite put their foot on the gas, so it just seemed like they were, I guess enjoying the moment of the ring ceremony. So they didn't look that great. The game was kind of sloppy, but I thought it was a solid opening night game. The Rockets are for real. OKC pulled it out. I knew once it got close that OKC, since they're, they've got the they got the guys that have been together for a while, they were going to pull it off. But good game. I would definitely fear the Rockets after that game.
You said you would fear them or would not?
I would fear them.
Okay.
Would.
Okay. Ron Dog, what you got? Your quick thoughts on the Thunder and Rockets game?
Well, yeah. First game wasn't bad. They have a couple things that they need to work out, but yeah, no, they are definitely a team to be feared off of their 4-6-11 starters and then a 6-7 lock to guard the point guard. Because I don't care what no one says, Steven Adams is a sneaky big man. A lot of people have trouble getting boards over him. They had just a nasty combo there with him and Shangoon. But yeah, no, Rockets are definitely going to be a top seed in the West this year.
Okay. All right, Big Hawk, what you got for Rockets Thunder?
Pretty much the same. I mean, I talked to C-Dub earlier about it, and I still can't remember who said that they're not going to be as good as we think. I don't know if it was you or Ro, man, but they definitely going to be a top seed. But we talked about like how he said all he needs is a good point guard. Like I feel like they should have got Matt Brogdon, or Chris Paul. They'd be a problem for anybody.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure who said that either. But yeah, I mean, for me, I'll say that this game was, I don't know, like I know Udoka, he was trying out that 6'11 lineup where you had like the 4-6-11s and you had Thompson. And it's interesting. I definitely would like to see how this lineup does against other defenses because OKC is like the top of the top. And I mean, they were just getting all up in their jerseys. And it definitely showed. Lack of a point guard kind of down the stretch. I think that's what kind of spell for Houston. Obviously, incorporating a big piece like Kevin Durant, which I'm pretty sure he only took like 5 shots from like the fourth quarter to like double overtime. And I think that was just like the ball just wasn't going to where they wanted Houston down the stretch. But Alperen Şengün, man, good gracious, that man, he surprised me. Now, do I think he's going to hit 5 of his 8 threes every game? No, but I like the confidence that he had. He definitely, I think me and Rondog were talking about this offline, but he definitely brought some of that confidence from, European play this past summer. So, yeah, I mean, it looked good. I mean, Shea definitely, he had like 5 points at halftime, and then he dropped 30 in the second half, going into the double OT as well, and he finished with 35. Like, you just can't speak enough to the great things that man does, and he definitely solidifies that he's one of them ones in this league.
16 free throws, yeah.
Hey man, they were playing physical with him. Like he probably could have went to the line even more than what he did because they were just taking that man's head off left and right. But I like what I saw from Chet as well. I think he had a big first half. He kind of fell short on the gas in the second half, but that first half definitely showed you a lot of good things.
Yeah, he was perfect in the first half.
Right. Because what was he like? I forgot what he was at halftime.
He was 7 to 7. He had like, was it 15 or something like that?
Yeah, I know it was 16. Like 7 to 7, 6 to 6, something like that. He was not missing.
Yeah. He finished with 25 and 7 rebounds.
Mm-hmm. So I mean that looked good. I mean they definitely missed J-Dub's presence, Oklahoma City Thunder, but they still found a way. They scrapped. I kind of liked how they were guarding Şengün. I'm not gonna say they were guarding him the same exact way as they guarded Jokic, but they definitely, like, you put Alex Caruso in anybody. Hey man, that man Alex Caruso.
Caruso's strong, man. He was pushing Şengün around.
Like I was like, that man is not budging. And like as soon as he tried to dribble out of it, that is turnover. So to sum it all up, this was a really good game, really physical game. And OKC got it done. I mean, and SGA delivered in great fashion. The role players weren't hitting quite on both sides, not just OKC sides, but Houston side. Like Tari Eason played it absolutely terrible on offense, at least. But yeah, I think it was a good game, and it's very indicative of how both of these teams are going to play, moving forward. But I think Kevin Durant will also, I think he'll play better going along the season. But he was a little timid in this game, like especially in the second half, more timid than I would like for Kevin Durant to be. But again, that goes to show with like a point guard not getting him the looks that he needed, as well as them not kind of finding him down the stretches as much as I thought they should. But that being said,
would y'all think of Reed Shepherd? Was he a liability or?
Defensively, yes, he was. He was getting hunted immediately.
They were eating him up.
It took no time for them to see that man cannot stay in front of nobody. So they found him every time on defense, and they made him work. They basically played him off the floor.
Yeah, I thought that. I mean, I think he's going to be a positive in their lineup, but against a team like OKC, he was just like you said, they hunted him down, and I mean, Lou Dort was looking like a prime Russell Westbrook going to the
That was
basket.
crazy. Literally bully ball all day. But yeah, I mean, while we're still on the subject of this team, you know, how did Kevin Durant look to you, CW? And I'll open up to the rest of the panel. But
Yeah,
how did he look?
he didn't look bad. He looked first half he looked like his normal self. He was taking, you know, shots. He was pretty aggressive. Like you said, in the second half, he kind of I don't know if he was timid or it was just he wanted to, you know, he saw Sengun doing what he was doing, and I guess he wanted to let him keep going. But yeah, he just didn't seem the same in the second half. I know he had a little bit of foul trouble, but he just wasn't the same old KD. But I think that's something. I think that's just first night, new team. You don't want to overdo it, and you know, so I think he did fine. But I don't think that's indicative of what we'll see throughout the season. Because if we saw normal KD, I think they could have won that game easily.
Do you think that normal KD is just more efficient, or you think that normal KD, you know, I mean, he was 0 for 4 from 3, which is, you know, uncharacteristic. But he was 9 for 16. Like he made 56% of his shots, like getting to his mid range pretty successfully. You know,
yeah, I just think he normal KD's gonna find ways to score more, and he just seemed like he took his foot off the gas at certain on certain plays.
He needed to be KD that played against Milwaukee in the playoffs. He's too passive down the stretch.
Yep.
And I also think you credit some of that to OKC's defense, because Lou Dort, I mean, he was picking him up full court. Like, and you could definitely tell, like, Kevin Durant was visibly uncomfortable out there getting picked up like that, because even though, yes, KD can dribble, he's not trying to dribble with that much ball pressure on him at that capacity. So that's something to look out for as well, because I know a point guard would have been able to kind of alleviate some of that ball pressure from them.
That's a fact. That's one of the issues that I always had with KD, man. He don't like being physical. He don't like pressure like that.
Well, if you see his anatomy, it's not like he. Man
I
is
mean,
a toothpick.
yo,
He's not built.
I mean, Reggie Miller hit people.
I mean, yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
There ain't no excuse for your head, bro. Your head just ain't that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he don't have opening night jitters, but I mean, yeah, he.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, he get bothered by physical play. Like Reggie Miller ain't like that.
It throws him off. It definitely throws him off.
That also was a different era.
Man, what that got to do with anything? If you was a man in the 60s, you're a man today.
Because players these days aren't used to the physical contact as they were in the 90s.
That's all right, baby. Get back physical. Because the same way somebody pushed you in the 60s and you was going to fight, somebody push you now, you're going to fight. I don't want that, man. It's a different era. Yes, it's a different era, but you ain't about to let nobody push you around, bro.
That's exactly what happened, though. He wasn't pushing around. Didn't do nothing.
You said what?
I said he let him push him around and didn't do nothing about it. He passed the ball away.
Right. That's my problem. He did the same thing with Boston.
Yeah, he lets guys get physical with him, and it kind of does deter him from, you know, ramping it up. Right. But OKD could, I mean, he was OKC. KD would, you know, he would snipe you if you try to do that. But I guess age is getting to him.
Man, all right, we'll use that.
So he was just better at getting to his spots before the defense could really like get to him. Like it wouldn't matter by the time they were being physical, but now he's a little bit slower, so they can get into.
I think that was before that playbook came out on him, though, bro. Like, you know how somebody finally figured out, like, oh, he don't like getting pressure like that. We gonna pressure him full court. Hit him, get physical with him. He don't like that. It's gonna throw him off. Everybody before was trying to time his dribble, count his dribbles.
Yeah,
trying to block his shot. Nah, you just get physical with him. He's still gonna be efficient, but he's not gonna be aggressive.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that pretty much is KD to a T now.
Okay. So going to the physicality, talk about a player who it was in that physicality era, Mr. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Now, I don't know if you guys caught this little 3-minute clip he had at the halftime.
Yeah.
To know, like, what did you guys think about it? Because it wasn't like, I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth, but it was literally just like when they said MJ is joining, NBC, I'm thinking like a lot of people, I'm sure he's going to be somewhere like commenting on the game and all that stuff because we talked about this on the show. But in reality, we got a 3-minute clip of him on the couch talking about, his love for the game, why is he returning? Because he wants to pay his dues, like pay it in full, I think was his exact words, and kind of just give him back. Yeah, pay it back. So, what did you guys think of, everybody's GOAT coming on back to say what's up?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I think it was just more of an introduction. I knew Mike wouldn't come back and be no commentator or no analyst. He ain't gonna sit in no studio and talk about none of this. So I knew that. He probably every segment he's gonna do for the rest of the year, he probably shot in that one day. He did that part, and he ain't got nothing else to do with it. But I thought it was okay. It was just, I think it was a teaser to, he's gonna be talking about load management next week. I know he wasn't going to go too in depth because it was halftime and they don't have time to sit there and have a 30-minute Jordan interview. So, I mean, I like what I saw. It's good to see Mike actually on the panel or something, at least talking the game. So I had no problems with it. But the panel we had last night, they were clowning and trolling him, but I didn't see nothing wrong with it.
What were they saying? Because I wasn't there, so
they were, some of those, they're not the biggest fan of Jordan, so they were saying why he got that old suit on or something like that, and just he's talking about himself. He ain't talking about the game. We waited all this time for him to actually talk basketball. He's just talking about him shooting a free throw for somebody at the Ryder Cup. So, did
you peep the part where he said that he got nervous? That was like the first time he felt in a long, because he ain't picked up a basketball, and he said,
yeah, everybody saying he lying, but Jordan,
that was interesting.
he ain't got to pick up a basketball. He the GOAT, no, either way.
What did you think about the Michael Jordan segment? Do you like it? Should they keep it? Should they do away with it? What are your thoughts?
Nah, I think they should keep it, bro. I mean, like, they basically, like, I feel like they just did an intro into Michael for people that weren't in his generation. I mean, what basketball is he going to talk? I'm sure he's going to talk basketball going forward, but the games we haven't really played nothing yet, and he does these pre-recorded things. So what is he going to talk about? Like, I just feel like people find a reason. The same way Bron fans feel like people find a reason to talk about him is the same thing I feel about this. Yeah. Like, everybody have a problem with everything, no matter what he do. Just like the commercial that Bron had, not the commercial, the decision. Everybody had a problem with. Listen, man, he sold some Henny, and I can't be mad at you. You got some money, whatever. Hey. People just mad just to be mad, bro. It's the internet. They going drag it regardless.
That's fair. You saying something, CW?
Oh no, I was saying that's true. Like, they gonna find something. That was between Bron and Jordan. They're probably two polarizing players in NBA, so they're gonna find something to hate on it.
All right, Ron Dog, you got any thoughts on MJ returning to NBC?
Yeah, I think it's just gonna bring in some more viewers because it's just like they said, people have been waiting for Jordan to talk basketball. This first one was just like his little test. So I think further ongoing, he's gonna get more in depth about talking about like what's happening in the actual games.
Okay. Yeah, like it looks good. Like I'm a fan of it. Anything that's pro player after retirement, I'm here for it. As long as they're not saying a whole bunch of outlandish stuff and we're just talking the game or just talking through their lens, yeah, I got no problem with any of this. So I'm looking forward to it. I thought it was a nice little 3-minute segment. Kind of wish it was longer, to be honest. So, we'll see if they make any longer ones or release any longer ones as the season goes on. But yeah, I got no problem with it. And because it's on
they're
NBC,
gonna hype up Jordan talking about LeBron. I bet you Christmas Day they're gonna have sit down with Jordan speaking about LeBron and his longevity or greatness or something like that. They're gonna do that. They're gonna hype it.
Don't let him say that he's shooting too many threes and he need to go in the post. They're gonna start breaking down film, talking about what Jordan did wrong.
It's gonna be it's gonna be wild if he says something. If he's critical of LeBron, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, definitely would spark some controversy. But like, do you think it stops with LeBron? Like, do you think it goes to like the current players like Jokic and SGA? Like, do you think he could potentially say anything that could spark some interest there as well?
He should. Because that, right now they're, as we potentially put position away from Jordan, I mean not Jordan, but LeBron, they need that. If they hear it from Jordan, a lot of people will take it as gospel. I'll say that. So if you're saying good things about SGA, Jokic, Giannis, all those guys, I think that helps bump them up in many people's eyes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be definitely looking forward to it. And with it being on NBC, I wanted to throw the question out to the panel. One, of course, and I'll start with Big Hawk on the presentation of NBC. Like, how do you like it? And do you think it could potentially usurp ESPN, given that people have had their gripes with ESPN over the years and all the narratives that they spew? Could NBC be a potential ESPN 2.0 or something completely different?
I like it, and I definitely think it'll usurp ESPN. Truthfully, just to go with your point, that's exactly why people have had problems with ESPN forever, but they've been they've been everything for sports. Like they control damn near everything besides like the little influence that FS1 has, and with them usurping that, like I feel like part of it was Adam Silver trying to get some more fans back into it. Truthfully, just not just them trying to get their network back, but yeah, I feel like if Stephen A. and all of them, they're gonna fade to the back, and they're gonna be mad that they gave him that $100 million because he messing up the bag right now.
Did you catch ESPN First Takes, like their first show without Molly, where he was like hosting and everything like that? That was kind of awkward to me.
I stopped watching, bro. I stopped watching a while ago, bro. I can't deal with Stephen A.
I can't blame you. Like he kind of lost his respect with me, not because he going back and forth with Bron, but just the way how he attacks players and kind of don't tell the full picture. So
that too is really like, I mean the thing with Bronny, I didn't see an issue with until the courtside and the altercation. Now, I was at Bron for that, but then the little tour that he went on talking about it made me look at him crazy. Then all the stuff that he been doing lately, I don't know what he got going on, bro. He's a nut. He's an attention whore.
Pretty much. But Ron Dog, how you feel about NBC's presentation? And like I asked Hawk, do you think this could potentially usurp ESPN with all their negative narratives?
It's basically the same thing as you said. Yeah, it's gonna usurp because people are tired of the way that they talk about players and do certain things on there, and then the NBC, with having new things this year and stuff, they're probably looking more to watch that instead of going over to ESPN.
Okay. All right, C-Dub, you got anything on NBC?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both, and I think like kind of what Hawk said. I think that some of these guys, these journalists or analysts, whatever you want to call them, the way NBC put together these former athletes, former NBA players, I think that's going to become the new norm. I think having a Stephen A. and those type of guys is gotten a little old, and you trust the guys that's been out there more. And I think getting guys that aren't really old or biased, like Charles Barkley, Shaq, those guys are very opinionated. Getting guys that are going to tell the truth and just really enjoy the game, I think it's going to change how a lot of fans perceive the game and see it. That's not as bad as it's not great to watch all the time, but it is a good, solid game. And I think that's going to help reinvigorate fans with those type of guys and the way NBC is presenting it. I think they're doing a very good job. And they always did a good job.
I know
I thought.
They better not get Chandler Parsons, man.
Oh no.
He is awful.
And leave him and what's the dude from played Channing Frye? Yeah, keep him home.
And Richard Jefferson, leave him at ESPN.
Richard Jefferson, he can stay on
Leave all of them
ESPN.
at ESPN.
Let them die
Perkins.
out.
Perkins is he like 75-25. I could deal with him sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes he'll tell the truth. When he's mad at somebody or they do something to him, he'll tell the truth.
That's about it.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to
What's
the
your
other
thoughts?
game.
What's your thoughts,
Big
Nige?
NBC. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I like the presentation. I definitely think it can be a big rival to ESPN. It might not have the the historical context of ESPN, but I think for like the people like my age, like the newer age of like basketball fans, I think they probably will gravitate toward NBC, especially if they grew up, maybe being like cool with Stephen A., the Skip Baylesses, and kind of seeing how they're fizzling out, kind of looking for like what's next, because ESPN has kind of been watered down over the years. NBC could be that thing. And if they just keep it real and just keep it hoops, not all this like political stuff with it, yeah, I think they definitely could usurp ESPN, because a lot of people like myself are kind of tired of ESPN. So
about to be Redbox and Netflix.
I got a question to the panel. Do you think if NBC continues to do well, that the next bidding war or the next time that channels or organizations can bid for the NBA, could they potentially pull it away from ESPN and just go straight NBC and maybe Peacock their streaming services? They've got to deal with Amazon Prime. So can they just completely take it from ESPN and just build it in their own little empire? Or do you think ESPN is always going to have a stake with the NBA?
No, I think they're always going to have a stake. But if I was them, I would take as much as possible away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with Hog. They're ESPN. They've just been around too long to not be there. But I think over the years, like if we revisit this and say like 20 years, yeah, I think there's a completely different conversation when NBC gets to kind of build up more of a fan base that they maybe have lost over the years.
Okay,
we got King Speech in here. Oh man, I'm assuming you watching your Knicks beat the sleeves off the Cavs right now.
Short-handed Knicks beating the hell out of the full strength Cavs. Yeah, I'm going back and forth. Yeah, we had a little key issue with with the misses and all that. I just had to. So I'm trying to eat. Then trying to do 20 million things at a time. We're going to the beach tomorrow, so. Well, yeah, I had to get my thoughts in on a couple of these things, man. Yeah, shout out.
So go ahead. I can't get.
Shout out to 93 Zay for letting me come on with him, man. We had a good show there. Yeah, man. It got, I don't know if y'all got to the Lakers yet. We can get but the Jordan thing, man. Like I said, Jordan is regal. Yeah, and just like what's the name was saying. So everybody in there, Johnny was the ringleader. Go James Keenan is the ringleader. They don't realize what do they see? What they gotta understand is right now Tarico is taking over as the number one voice on NBC. right? Obviously, Marvin Albert is out the game, retired. This, that, and the third. Mike Breen is still with ESPN. So yeah, you get the number one guy, and you get the guy that Jordan does not talk a lot. He doesn't do interviews. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so to get him in an interview basis, it was the introduction. We go, what you been up to, Mike? You know what I'm saying? Since put the, sold your share in the Hornets. What's going on? Like, what did they expect from an 8-minute interview? They would, why we ain't hearing his thoughts on so and so and so and
Yeah.
Yo, get to that.
Yeah, that was the common complaint last night.
Yeah, but the Packer. And again, I'm like, bro, I'm sitting there watching it back. I'm like, were y'all talking about the game? I mean, obviously the Lakers did not look great, right? But I mean, were y'all that depressed about it? Were they that depressed about it? I don't know. But
I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, I think the Lakers kind of bored everybody into impromptu debate. So that's what that happened.
That's what it was. The Lakers just bought the King Speech been saying the Lakers ain't making the playoffs, and King Speech ain't seen nothing. Ain't seen nothing that indicate that they will. Because if you think 41-year-old LeBron James is solving all their problems, hold on a second.
Oh man.
Good Lord. Nah, man. Nah.
Diss tracks.
He always finds a way to bring LeBron, man. Always finds a way.
One game, and we just,
yeah, my bad, guys. Yeah, I'm coming out to eat, so I ran into a happy birthday song. Yeah. But I just wanted to get my thoughts in it. Lakers look bad. That was an interesting lineup. Houston ran out. The champs look like the champs, and Golden State, they look old, but they look like a playing team, but they still are the team. And let's go Knicks. But I'll be listening to y'all, all right?
All right. Well, the Knicks right now look like they're definitely going to get a W. So
yeah, told you. Let's keep it going. We got to see second half. This is all the Cavs. They can always pick it up. So, we got to keep our pedal on the metal. All right, fellas.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
So,
all right. No.
All right. So, since he kind of gave a little intro to the Lakers and Warriors game and what it could and could not have been. All right, C-Dub, talk to me. How's it going in old Laker land? How was that game for you in the panel?
Like I said, it ended up being impromptu debates going on while most people were falling asleep during the Lakers Warriors game. But I mean, Luka that guy he's good, and his defense wasn't horrible. He was playing hard on the defensive end. But if he can get a reliable number two, and Ayton cannot play like a middle school center who just had a big growth spurt and doesn't know how to lay up a ball, they might be pretty good. But last night they didn't look good. Golden State looked like Golden State. They're always kind of consistent. They're never like these, post 2022 Golden State. They're never going to wow you too much, but they're always consistent. So, they did what they had to do. But it was more so the Lakers looking not that great and kind of ramp it up at the end, but it just being too late. So, not the greatest look. And Austin Reeves played pretty good. Like I said, I think I saw something where they scored 97 of their 100 and they make 109 points, something like that, 107. Which they either scored or assisted on 97 points for that team. So that's insanity that, just those two guys made that much impact.
Yeah. All right, Hawk, what you got? How was that Lakers Warriors game?
I mean, it was boring, but I mean, until the fourth. Truthfully, though, I've never liked Luka like that. Really, I mean, I didn't dislike him, but I don't like the play style. That's the reason I have an issue with Brown's play and Jokic. But if he gonna play like that all season and play defense, I might be a Luka fan, bro. I might get a jersey.
Oh snap!
Hey, he was playing for y'all last night. He
Yeah.
played with a little chip on the shoulder.
I'm an intermediate fan right now. We'll see how long that old guy stay out.
Oh boy! All right, Ron Dog, how you feel about that Lakers Warriors game? I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but
Yeah.
what's your thoughts?
Well, I'll start with the Warrior side. Jimmy played great. Steph didn't have the best night. I love that they actually are using Kaminga because he actually was that key player for him, to be honest. And then,
Mhm.
Draymond did his little single double stuff, nothing too spectacular. And then, over to the Lakers side, I call Luka the Great White Hope for a reason because that's the only hope the Lakers got right now. He almost got a 42-point triple double off of opening night.
Yeah.
And then me and Nigel, we argued about this today. I think he's crazy, but he thinks that putting Gabe Vincent on Butler is better than having Marcus Smart guard him. I think he's delusional about that, but that's just me. I think Marcus Smart wouldn't have let him get 30.
It wasn't that wouldn't have mattered. You're telling me between Marcus Smart and Gabe Vincent, like there's not that much of a difference when you're guarding Jimmy Butler because he's going to get to the free throw line on both of them at will. He's
That's
going
a
to get
fact.
whatever he wants.
Marcus
And he
Smart,
gonna go in the post.
hey
Like,
man, that's fine, but Marcus Smart has a better defensive ability than Gabe Vincent does. You can't tell me he doesn't.
it's like apples to orange. Like it doesn't move either way for them. Like neither one of them are equipped to stop Jimmy Butler from doing whatever he wants to do. So it's like, yeah, if you want to say Marcus Smart would have been better, sure. He instead of getting 16 free throws, he might have got 15, 14. I don't know. Like it doesn't make a difference in my opinion because they're both not they're not big enough, strong enough, fast enough to stay in front of him. And they're not tall enough either.
They had to just slow him down, which Gabe wasn't doing at all.
That's just too daunting of a task to ask Gabe Vincent or Marcus Smart to guard Jimmy Butler. So yeah.
And then
Shout out to
Rui,
Go Change Kingdom. Hey Johnny, what's going on?
Yep.
and then
Shout out
Rui
Sturdy as
also
well.
Yeah, what's going on, Sturdy?
Shout out
Rui also
Adrian
has
Knight.
to play. That Rui Hachimura also has to play a little bit better. He didn't play too well the first game of the season, so hopefully going through, he gets more chances to show that he deserves to be at the starting lineup.
Okay. I mean, you said everybody said a lot. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but to me, the biggest story of this game was the Lakers showed one, like everybody has been kind of alluding to, defensively, they just don't have the personnel to be a good defense. Like at best, I see this being an average defense, and it wasn't average last night. It was terrible. Terrible ball pressure, and Ayton, like CW said, on the interior, absolutely a no-show. I don't expect him to be this bad, this low motor for the entirety of the season, but they have to get him. I can't even say they have to. He has to get more engaged on defense, or these games are going to get really ugly. The third quarter is, to me, what they've continued to struggle in is like they just look like the worst team in basketball in the third quarter because it was close at halftime, but it's like they just came out dead and flat and they got steamrolled. So, yeah, Luka was
But
amazing. Well, go ahead.
no, I was about to say historically. I mean, as far as I remember, isn't that Golden State's favorite quarter? That's their best quarter year after year. They go crazy in the third quarter. So, I mean, that was kind of expected.
Yeah, but you would want the Lakers to at least have an answer because they didn't have any. And that's when, to me, that's when this game kind of got out of hand, even though they, Lakers fought back, to your point, in the fourth quarter. But that third quarter, that's where it got ugly. Like, I mean, Buddy Hield was hitting crazy shots, Kuminga, throwing lobs to Buck. Like, it just got out of hand, personally. And they just had
You're
no
not
answer
wrong.
for it.
You're not wrong.
And that's just been my gripe with the Lakers when, me and CW and Ron Dog, they're trying to get me to commit to say like the Lakers are better than the Clippers, which they're just not. Like, they just don't have the personnel to be better. Now, come talk to me in the playoffs if they match up together, because we might have a different conversation depending how they look. But right now, yeah, they look absolutely horrendous, especially defensively. So
Depending on if my guy Knee's still good.
I hope so. For this team, I hope so. Because if not, King's Speech might be right. If LeBron is not LeBron and this team doesn't figure it out on defense, yeah, they could prove King's Speech right, and that would mean he's winning a good amount of whatever bets he made along the way. Because, it's bad right now.
No, I was talking about Kawhi, man. I was talking about Kawhi Knees.
Oh, Kawhi's well, yeah, that too. Gotta playing Utah tonight, right?
But truthfully, I feel like, I mean, I'm not gonna say DA is gonna I'm not gonna say he's gonna be a top 10 big man at all. But I don't feel like he's gonna play that bad all through the season. They haven't played together enough. They don't have his timing down. He don't have his timing with them. He done came out, said that he hasn't played with LeBron or Luka. I mean, like, you want him in the pick and roll, but the big man has to have the timing and understand what his guards or perimeter players want him to do. Him having that, because he's not really a pick and roll player like that. He's a pick and pop player, right? I mean, if you don't have that timing, you don't know when to slip the screen because your man wants you to do X, Y, and Z. Y'all not synced in like that. So I feel like he's gonna get better throughout the season. I don't feel like he's gonna be like 15 and 10 better, but he'll get better.
Yeah, something about Ayton. He never looks confident to me. Something, he always looks like he doesn't have the confidence out there. He'll play well for a few trips down, and then it'll be like he'll make one mistake, and then his face looks like he's just shell shocked or something. I don't know, because to me, Jackson Hayes was playing pretty solid last night. He played with confidence. Yeah. He was going after it, and Ayton just seems kind of. I don't know.
I don't remember Ayton being like that in Phoenix, though. It might be him getting traded, start acting like that.
Yeah, it just seems like he's never really confident in his skill set. He's not a bad player, but he just never, just has that second gear or anything. I just don't see it.
That's a fact. What'd you say, Ron?
I said that I think after they lost to the Bucks in the finals, that's what killed his confidence.
Yeah. Giannis took his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, especially after he blocked that lob that Ayton was trying to throw on him.
I mean, maybe that might be it. But I mean, Devin Booker looked like shit in that finals too. But probably talking about everybody's mind ain't the same. But all right.
Yeah, I definitely think his confidence, like ever since, like when he was having that really good run in Phoenix in the postseason, where he looked like one of the next big men up, it's just something with his confidence kind of just got shot. Like there's that disconnect between him and Monty Williams. It trickled on to the players like that. You would see Devin Booker yelling at him, Bridges was yelling at him, and they were kind of just jawing back and forth. Like something with that, and like that was supposed to be like he was supposed to be one of the guys on that team, like one of the staples on that Phoenix roster, and he was for a time. But to get the boot like that in that fashion, and then get shipped out to Portland, and then shipped out now to LA on basically Portland bought you out of your contract because they didn't want you anymore. Now you have to go play on the minimum. Obviously, he still got his money, of course, but now he's kind of a journeyman. That kind of would do something to your confidence because you're thinking you're that guy, and two teams just told you you're not. So
and those lights are a lot brighter in LA. So he's got to deal with that too.
Well, it's crazy. They traded him because he ain't like the coach. They ain't get along, and they fired the coach.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's the current NBA right there.
So I mean, I hope the Lakers can figure it out, and hopefully they can weather the storm until LeBron gets back to hopefully
Oh
help some of
my
it.
god!
You see the question on the screen. Do you think LeBron wants to come back? I mean, he don't really have
No,
much
because
of
the
a
front
choice.
office don't want him back.
Yeah. So is he going to try to, force his way out?
I mean, after looking at that game, they need him. Like they at least need what he would bring. And if you're not bringing him back, and then they can use the money that is on the books. One of the two. I mean, however you want to
Yeah.
slice it, they need
They could
something from
definitely use that money, bro.
So
I feel like if he's not going to come back, and I don't really see him playing both sides of the ball, right? I feel like that team chemistry that they're going to build while he's out, I don't want him to come back and mess it up. So, like, Luka will understand what he needs to do from now on to win, right? When you add somebody else to that, especially somebody that has the ball, he plays off the ball sometimes, but by nature, he's a ball dominant player. You then have to recreate your chemistry around him.
I just don't think Luka and AR are just a good like tandem. Like offensively, they cool, but like you can't have a backcourt of two, negative
Nah.
defenders and expect, especially if you're going to pay Austin Reeves, which his payday's coming up. I think they should probably get a more defensive minded team around Luka and come off of AR.
I think AR need to come off. He should be the sixth man. I don't feel like he should start at all. He should run you could pay him, but let him run the second unit.
Yeah, let him be the Ginobili for that team.
He's a little Jamal Crawford, man.
He gonna be
play
making
defense.
a lot of money to come off that bench.
Okay, yeah, that's
Ginobili play defense, baby.
I mean, he definitely could. So yeah,
That's a fact.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've given our thoughts. Like I said, like this version of Golden State is definitely terrifying. I didn't think we'd see this level of engagement from Jimmy Butler.
You think they're terrifying?
Well, the way they played, the way they looked connected, and obviously it's one game and it was against the Lakers who aren't known for defense. So obviously, yes, like it's one game sample size, but the engagement they got from Kuminga, the way he was actually playing within their system, moving the ball, finding open spots on the court to get to then hit that perimeter shot. I mean, hey, and I mean, I know Buddy Hield's streaky, but he was on one. He hit 5 of 10 threes. Obviously, they're not expecting that every game, but Stephen Curry only had 23 points. It's not like he lit us up for 35, 40. Like he had a pretty average Steph Curry game, and they won.
Yeah, Luka did okay on Steph actually, but if you watch that game, like you said, Luka and AR should not. They can't play big minutes together because they miss so many defensive rotations. It's crazy when both of them are out there.
And they're both ball dominant as hell.
That's what I'm saying. Like, eventually, when it comes down to that decision down the road, I think they will probably have to move off of an AR just because, like, yeah, you could potentially make him a 6-man, but I think he's going to garner enough money where I don't think he's going to be a 6-man. Like, I think that money is going to probably be a second or third option on a, decently contending team or whatever. So, anyway.
Third.
You said third option.
Denver. He can go to Denver.
Depending on where. Because he could be a number 2 on some teams, but more than likely he's probably a cool third.
We take him in Denver. Yeah.
On a contending team?
You could be a third option and be off the bench.
No, I'm saying I said second. He can't. I don't see him being a second option on a contender.
I mean, you swap him for Jamal Murray, be a number 2 to Jokic's.
You could just because of health, but healthy, nah. I'm taking Jamal Murray.
What about
making
him number 2 to Giannis and play off of him? You wouldn't like that?
Are they contenders though? I don't feel
East,
like they're.
I'd say
I
out
don't.
East they could.
No, they're contenders for the Eastern Conference, but they're not. No.
But he would make them
But,
better, I think. He would make them
he would make them better as long as they surround as long as the rest of the team are defensive minded players. Yeah, you're not about to keep Kuzma in him.
No.
Oh no, no, no,
No, I mean, like, nah.
no.
So, either way, that being said, the last thing I got, ask the panel, and I'll start with Big Hawk. Which player of those two games, which of them had the best showing last night? And it could be, could be offense, could be defense. What did you see that you liked the most from this player last night?
Truthfully, I'm stuck between Luka and Şengün. They like a tie to me, bro. Both of them was going crazy. Even though
And both of
they
them
lost, even though they lost, like I mean, if we truthfully, it was Shea, but I mean, like the actual, like their performance and what they showed, even though they didn't get everything that they needed from their teammates, I feel like it might be Luka, bro, because really, like, he ain't have too much help at all.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Luka. I mean, Shea. Truthfully, this is like if we was voting for MVP, I'm gonna say Shea because he got the win. But with their actual play, I'm gonna take Luka because he played defense too.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought I'd hear that in the same sentence, especially coming from
No,
Hawk.
not at all. But goddamn, I'm not a hater, bro. I just tell the truth. So if you don't play defense, I'm gonna tell you, goddamn, don't play defense.
It's fair enough. All right, Ron Dog, who you got? Who was your best player last night, and what? What did he do that was so great to you?
Mine was Luca, and it's just that Luca showed that he was carrying the load on a no help team. He was close to getting it done by himself, but the Warriors just had more help than he did. I mean, that's all that it boils down to.
Okay, CW. Which player had the best showing last night, and is this indicative of what's to come?
I actually probably verbatim go with Hawk. Well, both of them, but what Hawk was saying. Even though they lost, Şengün was, to me, extremely impressive. He was a little. He liked the ball in his hand a lot. I'll say that much. But he was putting the ball in the basket, which you can't complain too much about that. And Luka was surprising. Like I said, his defense looked okay. And if you get somewhat defensive Luka, then you got an MVP candidate right there. Yeah, so I mean, I'll give it to both. It's their co-MVPs for the night. To me, they just couldn't get the wins. But in Şengün, I understand their new team. They're incorporating new players, so I'll give him a pass. And Luka just, he has nobody, so he put him on his back, and he almost got him to win. So, well, he was helping them come back. But yeah, Luka. If Luka's playing like this all season, we're gonna say Jokic who probably because that was crazy.
We ain't ever said Jokic who. Come on, don't do that now.
What's going on, Iron Man?
Yeah. But yeah, Luka can definitely play up to that, top 3, top 2, or even best player at any given night. He could be the best player on the floor. For me, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, they can be tied for second, but I think what Şengün did, especially since his really supposed to be the best player down the stretch, went to bed in the fourth and overtime. He went crazy. But you go ahead. That was all.
I mean, I agree. I agree with CW, and obviously your point about Şengün, but my unsung hero for last night might be a little surprising, but I'm gonna go with Jonathan Kuminga. Now, before everybody says, obviously he didn't play in terms of box score numbers better than the other guys we mentioned, because Luka played phenomenal, Şengün played phenomenal. But everybody who's been following the Warriors and kind of knows the stigma about Jonathan Kuminga, everybody knows the lengthy track record with Steve Kerr, and the laundry list of things he had an issue with Jonathan Kuminga. Yes, I understand it's just one game and everything could fall apart after me saying this, but how he looked on this Warriors roster, to me, takes him to a whole other gear. Because if you can get an engaged Jonathan Kuminga, if you get him playing the right way, which he did last night, and it showed, he got easier shots than the ones he's accustomed to taking. He played harder on defense, went harder on the boards, ripped down 9 rebounds last night. This to me was one of the differences in how this team could have been, going forward. Like, they could have been that much better when they have this version of Jonathan Kuminga. I already know what I'm gonna get from Jimmy Butler when it's money time, as JB says. I know what Steph Curry, the greatest shooter on this planet, I know what he can bring, but they've been sorely lacking that third guy. Like, when Jordan Poole was on the roster, when they won that chip, he was that guy. They have been missing that for the longest time. And if this Kuminga can be that, this team can get a lot scarier, especially in the Western Conference. So that's my guy.
Yeah, and going back to Hawk, Şengün was probably, in my opinion, the most impressive of the night. Just because he was, we saw when he's aggressive and he wants to get to the basket, he'll get to the basket. But I think what he has that is going to help him is Steven Adams, because if you look at some of those replays, Steven Adams is literally holding guys down when a shot goes up and they get a second chance. He's holding those guys down pretty much. So Şengün's going to eat a lot from having Steven Adams out there. Now, does that Steven Adams help him? Yeah, but spacing and stuff, he's not the greatest, but he does help Şengün in that case.
But that motherfucker strong as shit.
Yeah, you can see in some of those last plays. He was holding. It's Chet and Hartenstein. Yeah, Hartenstein and Chet were nothing to him.
Yeah, he was carrying them boys on the boards. He was cleaning the glass damn near by himself. If we're being honest. So
he was killing it against 2 bigs. But he was killing it himself.
Yeah, he was pretty much boxed him out by himself.
So yeah. I mean, that's all I got on the docket today. Do we got anything else we want to touch or revisit before we kind of shut things down for the night?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Wemby is going to be the MVP this year. Come on, man.
Yeah, the GOAT about to play.
I said that too, and CW didn't agree, even though he's supposed to be a Spurs fan.
I gave him DPOY. I don't think they're gonna give anybody both 2 awards.
Bro, do you know the history of rivalries between the Lakers and Spurs? And I picked Wemby, bro.
Hey, we appreciate it because
bro. Because don't say you appreciate it, you ain't do it, bro.
because you know basketball, so Spur like Wemby is going to be an MVP caliber player, but I just don't think they'll give it to him this year.
I'm just saying that's insane, my God.
Spurs don't make the playoffs and Wemby has 25-12 with 3 blocks. You don't think they won't give it to him?
I'm gonna see what he add, bro. He might average like close to 30.
He averaged 22 points last year with 10 rebounds and like 3 or 4 blocks last year.
And I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna hurt, but I think Wemby's gonna be better because Pop's not on the coaching bench anymore. Because the way Pop played him early last year was terrible. He tried to post him up. Wemby's not ready for the post-up game in the NBA yet. So
I think he's ready now,
free.
though.
You say you think he's ready now?
He been with a king, baby.
Yeah.
I need that 30.
He's preparing for it, but he's not ready for it yet.
I mean,
I agree.
It's not too many players that's gonna hold him off the block now. It's what Jokic, Embiid,
Giannis.
Yeah, like other than that, who else?
AD can.
I mean,
saw-
all right, we'll see if he developed that jumper, that sky hook. Kareem
Who,
wasn't supposed to be ready for it. Kareem wasn't supposed to be ready for it. Kareem had the same body build. If he develop a hook shot, bro, it's
man,
over.
if he get a hook shot, then it's impossible to block him.
Yeah, if he do that, or he get that little fadeaway that Will had, it's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a fadeaway, but he don't have a reliable one off the block like Will.
Yeah, he got working into his game, but once he does, like he's going to have a way to work in some things that makes him pretty much unguardable, and that's something we haven't seen in a long time. Somebody
We'll see though, man, because I said the same thing about Westbrook if he got a jump shot. It never happened.
He had stretches where he could shoot the ball.
he
at a
has
respectable
stretches.
Yeah,
clip.
but I mean, like
Not consistently, no.
I'm thinking like a reliable three. Like you have to guard me once I get like within 5 feet of the 3-point line.
During his Oklahoma stint, he had one.
I'll say his corner threes in today, like the last few seasons, has been pretty respectable. Outside of the corners, no chance.
That's a fact. But he is no longer what he was at OKC.
No.
Oh well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
He hadn't been like that for like 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, the only thing about Westbrook for me is he can play the perfect game for 3.5 quarters and just mess you up in the last half of the fourth quarter.
That's a lot of players, but we're not gonna get into that, baby.
Okay. I mean, you might have something there. I'm trying to read Adrian's. He says he doesn't see the hype on Wemby. 7'5", the guy that can play like a wing. That's all the hype you need right there. But
And plays defense.
Exactly.
Generational talent.
Yeah, that's a fact.
and he's been healthy. He was healthy his rookie year. He just,
I mean,
and it's
a
more
lot
like
of people ain't see the hype on Hakeem or Shaq too. It's all right. It'll come.
Oh, it's going to come. Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
It's gonna start.
I understand because he's kind of skinny, but that guy's he's special. He's something
put on muscle.
gonna be different.
Kareem.
Put on muscle.
Yeah,
Kareem.
if he gets Kareem numbers,
Listen,
the
He
league's
has
done.
already. He has already CW. That his whole.
He ain't. I mean, he hasn't quite matched the scoring totals of a Kareem, but
nah,
he's not the greatest rebounder. I'll say that he's not the greatest rebounder yet.
I need Hakeem numbers.
No, Hakeem numbers, yeah. If he can get Hakeem numbers, they'll probably win a championship in the next couple of seasons.
Okay. Well, we had our
And
little
then,
Wemby this MVP discussion. Y'all got
and
anything
then-
else?
Yeah.
That's it for me. Because I can't watch the game because my TV upstairs acting up, so I got to go downstairs. So yeah, I'm a run downstairs to watch the rest of the Knicks Cavs.
All right.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna go ahead and close this thing out. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. King's Speech, Adrian Knight, Iron Man. And I saw Ace 30 pull up and Goat Jing's Kingdom. So we appreciate everybody that pulled up. Let us know down below on like who you guys thought played the best in opening night, who you guys are rooting for. Drop it all in the comments. We know the Lakers are they'll be all right, man. Don't kill Lakers too much. They're gonna be all right. All right. Defensively, they're gonna be bad, but they're gonna figure it out. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and close this thing out. Appreciate the panel for pulling up.
Yep.
What's up? What's up, Ron?
Couldn't even say it with a straight face.
Hey man, listen, dog. I ain't no one's telling me I'm saying the Lakers gonna win the championship or nothing, but I think they're gonna be all right. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. So that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.
Luka for MVP.
And that's
We
a
gonna
great
close.
segment to end the show. Goodbye.